That's how it would be. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 sources have told CNN that Kanye West, artist formerly known as Kanye West, now known as Ye, originally suggested the title Hltler for his 2018 album that eventually released as Ye. That's right. Several people who were once close to the artist formerly known as Kanye West told CNN that he has long been fascinated with Adolf Hitler, Adolf Hitler, and once wanted to name an album after the Nazi leader. A business executive who worked for West, who now goes by Ye, told CNN that the artist created a hostile work environment, in part through his obsession with Hitler. That's right. He would praise Hitler by saying how incredible it was that he was able to accumulate so much power, and he would talk about all the great things he and the Nazi Party achieved for German people, the individual told CNN. Kanye West did not understand that Hitler was not too fond of black people, I don't think. And also, y'all vibing with Hltler? Let us know in the comments. Why is he just saying this now? Oh, dude, I think that, first of all, he's not saying this now. People have talked about this back in 2018 as well, but like a lot of people were just like, oh, he's crazy. Like whatever. As a matter of fact, I knew you were going to say this. And for that reason, there's also plenty of receipts, as a matter of fact. Here it is. For those of you who doubt CNN's anonymous sources, they're substantiating something that's been out there for a while. Here is...
Even us, we needed more pointers and steps to know what the talking points for the movement was.
Right.
We had OGs. I feel like Kanye is the leader of a generation who looks up to him, who about retweets and likes and engagement. And there's no OG knowledge in there. There's no political education.
But here's the problem, Talib, and I agree with you 100%, but he goes and caters to that audience.
Right.
See, I can agree with you. I swear to God, I 1,000,000% agree with you, but then he'll go, and I swear to God, as a brother, as a black man, as a fellow artist in hip-hop, I reached out to John Monopoly, I'm saying names. I reached out to Steve Rifkin, I'm saying names.
Right.
Who I actually see him around. And I'm like, I think it's time he sit down with me. Because of the platform I got, we're on Revolt TV. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to be revolted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're trying to, go outside the box.
Oh, really?
And I'm trying to see, this is why we're
Let's
here.
see, let's see.
And it doesn't see. And then this is crazy because I heard a rumor. This is how much I think he's being a troll. I heard a rumor that Yeezy album, that Ye album, its original name was Hltler.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I do know, like,
I mean, if it was...
So, like, how the fuck did that rumor start? You know what I mean? And it corresponds to what, what's the dude at TMZ? What's his name? Like, it corresponds to what the dude at TMZ said as well. Like,
But wait though, Norby. If it was, what does that say to you? Okay, because there's a number of ways to talk about what Kanye does. Because he's a disruptor.
Van Lathan had talked about that too. TMZ cut out his pro-Nazi shit when he said slavery was a choice, and Clandis was there during that debacle. Yeah. There was also, here you go. It was from that same time period when, like, Van Lathan recently came out and talked about this again. But in 2018, when he went to TMZ and said slavery was a choice, he apparently said a whole bunch of other shit about Hitler that TMZ thought was like too crazy and took out.
I mean, look, what were you? I mean, to hear him make these type of comments, these anti-Semitic comments, you weren't taken aback?
No, I already heard him say that stuff before. He
when
at TMZ. When he was at TMZ that time, I was taken aback because that type of anti-Semitic talk is disgusting. It's like I'm taken aback anytime anyone does that, right? But as far as him, I knew that was in him because when he came to TMZ, he said that stuff and they took it out of the interview. He said,
And I talked about at the time, like, I had friends that travel with him, with other people to Uganda in his Africa trip, where he was. This is right around the same time when he just straight up was like saying some insane anti-Semitic things very openly.
And so if you look at what I said at TMZ, it goes from me saying like I was saying,
I'm surprised that Harvey Levin, the biggest content demon of all time, would cut out Kanye's anti-Semitism. No. If you know anything about how Harvey Levin operates, if you know anything about TMZ, you would know that they would 100% keep that in a separate folder. Why would they do that? Well, there's a reason for it. It's the same concept that National Enquirer engages in regularly. It's called blackmail. It's not blackmail, but it's kind of like blackmail. You know what I mean? How do you think TMZ gets these insane fucking leaks? How? How do you think TMZ gets insane leaks? How do you think that they, National Enquirer and shit will sometimes have like a weird photo shoot and you'll be like, what the fuck? Like, how did they do a photo shoot with someone like that? They don't get it by asking nicely. They have information on a lot of people that they just like hold close to their chest. And, you know, they just keep it there, and you know that they won't leak it as long as you just like play along, as long as you play ball.
I said, hey, Kanye, there's real life, real world implication to everything that you just said there. What I say after that, if I can remember, it's been a long time, was actually 12 million people actually died because of Nazism and Hitler and all of that stuff. And then I say, and then I move on to talk about, like, you know, what he said about slavery was this whole big thing. Well, the 12 million people part is not in there because they took it out. And the reason why they took it out is because it wouldn't have made sense unless they kept in Kanye saying that he loved Hitler and the Nazis, which he said when he was at TMZ. He said something like, I love Hitler, I love Nazis, something to that effect when he was there. And they took it out of the interview because of whatever reason. It wasn't my decision for him to take it. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, I knew that this was eventually coming. As a matter of fact, I had anticipated it coming like way earlier than this. That was 4 years ago, and he really hasn't attacked Jewish people before then, but
not publicly.
One of the producers at TMZ actually stood up and said, I'm Jewish, and that is offensive to me, what you just said. Because he said something, he said, I love Hitler or I love Nazis or something like that.
I remember, I think, like, what was his defense? He was like talking about how he loves everyone, including even like evil people like Hitler or something. I think that was like the defense of it or something like that. I don't fully remember the exact details, but I think that was just like, it was more like a test.
But that's what he said. He said that he, whatever. So, and they took it.
Well, he doesn't really love the Jews too much, but there's so much more to the story that's honestly traumatic to get into, but I will say I have a lot of love for Kanye as an artist. There's a photo of Ye, Tremaine, Rex from Adidas, and myself from the summer 2018 at the office. You think this will end in some big expose about... You think there's some big expose about Candace Owens' beliefs? No, man. Candace Owens is very open about her beliefs. What the fuck do you mean? Brother, Candace Owens is open about her beliefs. She literally is on the record saying Hitler just wanted to make Germany great. That's pretty much it, dude. Beyond that point, like, when you say that, and you're like very openly a mouthpiece for white nationalism and white supremacy, I don't know.
Even us.
I don't know what more you want to hear from that. You know what I mean? Anyway, the executive left his position and reached a settlement with West and some of his companies over workplace complaints, including harassment, which CNN has reviewed. The former executive asked not to be named due to a confidentiality agreement and fear of retribution by West. Okay, well, like, they can pinpoint who this is, I think. The former executive asked not to be named due to the confidentiality agreement. The executive told CNN that West spoke openly about reading Mein Kampf, Hitler's 1925 autobiographical manifesto, and expresses admiration for the Nazis and Hitler for his use of their propaganda. This individual stated that people in the West inner circle were fully aware of his interest in Hitler. Four sources told the CNN that West had originally suggested the title Hitler for his 2018 album that eventually released as Yay. They did not want to be named, citing concern for professional retribution. CNN has reached out to West for comment. UMG, owner of Def Jam, which used to distribute West music, said in a statement to CNN Tuesday that the company's relationship with Good Music label ended last year. There's no place for anti-Semitism in our society. Van Lathan Jr., former TMZ employee who confronted West in his 2018 interview at their offices, in which West said slavery sounds like a choice, recently claimed on a podcast that West also made anti-Semitic comments during their conversation. We watched that video. One of the sources who spoke to CNN and was TMZ at the TMZ interview said West had favorably referenced Hitler as well. CNN reached out to TMZ for comment. The revelation of West's alleged history of admiring Hitler comes amid a wave of inflammatory actions by West. That began earlier this month. He wore a White Lives Matter shirt during his Yeezy fashion show in Paris on October 3rd. And then the rest is stuff we know already. Oh, he's back on Instagram, by the way. And he captioned a post, captioned love speech. West appeared to reference the severed business relationships, writing in part, I lost $2 billion in one day and I'm still alive. This got 1.5 million likes. And Kanye still has plenty of dick riders. Curtis Jackson has reportedly cut ties with 50 Cent. I'm getting rid of anybody who can get me fucked up like Kanye right now. Lol. Cutting ties, the GOAT, no cap. Prod by Zach is officially retired. You can keep up with me at not Zach. What the fuck? No, not Prod by Zach. No, Kanye. Prod by Zach has cut ties with Kanye West. He said, Ari Emanuel, I lost $2 billion in one day and I'm still alive. This is love speech. I still love you. God still loves you. The money is not who I am. The people is who I am. That's crazy. He's still calling out Ari Emanuel. Stop!